Higher consciousness, also called expanded consciousness, is a term that has been used in various ways to label particular states of consciousness or personal development. It may be used to describe a state of liberation from the limitations of self-concept or ego, as well as a state of mystical experience in which the perceived separation between the isolated self and the world or God is transcended. It may also refer to a state of increased alertness or awakening to a new perspective. While the concept has ancient roots, practices, and techniques, it has been significantly developed as a central notion in contemporary popular spirituality, including the New Age movement. The idea of lower and higher consciousness has gained popularity in modern popular spirituality. According to James Beverly, it lies at the heart of the New Age movement. Most New Age literature defines the higher self as an extension of the self to a godlike state. This higher self is essentially an extension of the worldly self. With this perspective, New Age texts teach that the self creates its own reality when in union with the higher self. When our consciousness grow and upgrade to next level, our brain activity also changed. Brain waves represent patterns of electrical activity produced by the brain. The brain is made up of billions of neurons that use electrical signals to transmit information. When groups of neurons fire together in a certain way to send signals to other groups of neurons, the resulting patterns are known as brainwaves. These electrical patterns are associated with different types of activity in the brain, as well as different states of consciousness. What are brain waves? Brain waves are oscillating electrical voltages in the brain measuring just a few millionths of a volt. There are 5 widely recognized brain waves, and the main frequencies of human EEG waves are listed in table below, along with their characteristics. Gamma brain waves. Gamma waves, which measure between 40 and 100 Hz, are the fastest wavelength brain waves that are linked to activities such as learning, problem-solving, information processing, and making associations between phenomena. A brain producing lots of gamma waves reflects complex neural organization and heightened awareness. Gamma is associated with very high levels of intellectual function, creativity, integration, peak states, and flow states. Gamma waves flow from the front to the back of the brain about 40 times per second. Scientists have noted that bursts of gamma rays may exceed the speed of light and cause time reversibility. Gamma brainwave states are associated with many beneficial changes in our bodies. A frequency of 75 Hz is epigenetic, triggering the genes that produce anti-inflammatory proteins in the body. On the lower end of the gamma spectrum, a frequency of 50 Hz results in the body increasing its production of stem cells, the blank cells that differentiate into muscle, bone, skin, or whatever other specialized cells are required. The frequency of 60 Hz regulates the expression of stress genes, those that code for stress hormones like cortisol. The same brainwave frequency also activates a key gene called MIC that in turn regulates around 15% of all the other genes in the body. Beta brainwaves. Beta is required for processing information and for linear thinking, so normal levels of beta brainwave states are fine. The next fastest wave is beta. BET is often divided into 2 main branches, high beta and low beta. High beta is the wave often witnessed as high anxiety, frustration, and stress, essentially the peaking monkey mind. The higher the stress, the higher the amplitude of the beta waves produces, peaks and valleys between each oscillation. In high beta, we become overly focused, overly obsessed, and overly analytical. In this highly aroused state, we usually experience emotions such as anger, aggression, guilt, blame, fear, shame, pain, and general low moods. We live in a culture where high beta has become normalized, and this state is in no way a state that we can reside in long term without reaping repercussions of dis-ease. When in high beta for extended periods, rational thinking, clarity, decision-making, memory, and intuition shut down. Studies show blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, the thinking brain, is reduced by up to 80%. In low beta, we may experience alertness, clear thinking, and creative thinking. The lower frequencies within beta are closer to alpha waves, therefore the creativity is more amplified than high beta. When we need a focused mind to solve a problem, do a counting or particular calculation, low beta is vital as it's a focused mental state. Once stress and anxiety are infused into the equation, our alarm system is switched on and we experience flares of high beta. Alpha brain waves. Alpha is often the feeling we get when we're falling asleep, yet are mildly awake, a state of relaxed awareness. Alpha is the great bridge, where we experience deep creative states and higher frequencies, yet have the thinking mind of beta. When in alpha, we experience several health benefits, such as the secretion of mood-enhancing neurotransmitters, such as serotonin. A pioneering study exposed DNA to various brainwave frequencies. It found that the alpha frequency of 10 Hz resulted in significantly increased synthesis of the DNA molecule. 4. Theta brain waves. Theta waves are activated when we are being insightful, creative, and deeply relaxed. This is a step deeper from the awake-sleep state, or the in-between state, often felt in alpha. Within the spectrum of theta, it is often described as being in a light sleep. Studies have also shown that theta is the frequency when we dream vividly and experience rapid eye movement, REM sleep. Theta waves are the dominant frequency in healing, high creative states of people under hypnosis, trance, when in deep remembrance of emotional experience, good and baddie, memory retrieval, and when encoding new memories into thoughts. The fact that these waves have been visible in both light sleep states, and while a person seems awake and focused, is what makes it fascinating. Theta has many beneficial changes in the body. A group of researchers found that electromagnetic fields between 7.5 Hz and 30 Hz were able to enhance molecular bonding, enhancing DNA repair and more. Delta brain waves. Delta waves are the slowest frequency measured in human beings and occur during deep states of dreamless sleep. They are found most often in infants and young children and are associated with the deepest levels of relaxation and restorative healing sleep. Delta waves predominate in those who are in dreamless sleep or non-rapid eye movement (NREM) sleep. Healthy amounts of delta brain wave production assist us in deep restoration and feeling rejuvenated, supporting healthy immune function and healing. Very high amplitudes of delta are also found in people who are in touch with the non-local mind, even when they're wide awake. Delta is the wave that we see in EEG readouts when people are having a sense of connection with the infinite. They typically report mystical experiences in which the local self merges with the non-local self. Meditators with large amplitudes of delta feel connected to all of nature, to other human beings, and to the infinite. They lose the sense of being an isolated individual, or what Albert Einstein called the delusion of separateness. Instead, they experience oneness with all that is. So activate your mind for higher consciousness and watch the miracle of life. Thanks for watching.